Hi, this is 2018, a new year, and I'm going to start sharing more on the website of southernladyartist.com and ernestbowman.com. I'm going to be sharing some of a story called Somewhere Out There. It was a story that Daddy wrote that's I think you'll find very interesting. Daddy told me before he went to be with Jesus in 2000 that if you wanted to know who he was or anything about his life, then read his writings. One afternoon, I was curious of one of his manuscripts and began to read it. As I read the story, I remembered him telling me about a model he had dated in the Navy. Curiosity got the best of me, so I went to his Navy book that I had fixed up of his memories of the Navy that he had kept. I remember a newspaper clipping and wanted to look at it closer. I found some writing beneath the model's name, so I looked up her name on the internet. Oh my gosh, the model was somebody very important then and now. So I continued reading about her. The timeline was right for him to have dated her. I remember that Dad told me that she would have been my mother if he would have pursued it further. Of course, years later, after the Navy, he met my mother and settled down in Natchez, Mississippi, which is the picture you're looking at now. Anyway, I am now more curious than ever, so I read the story he wrote and the story online about her life. The more I read, the more I realized this was that model. I searched through Dad's writings and found a poem. This woman was rich, and he thought he couldn't measure up to the wealth and prestige of her ongoing career. So I continued with my detective work on this part of my dad's life. I asked questions to family members, getting confirmation on him dating a model in the Navy to returning to the Caribbean after Mom passed away. The information wrote about his model's life wasn't put online until after Dad passed away. The manuscript was written in 1997. He passed away in 2000, and she passed away in 2006. I have struggled with how to get this love story written to share with the world. No, I can't totally prove that this all happened, but this story by him was written before they passed away, and things line up as they once loved each other very much. For now, I will write the story as close as he did, leaving out the name of his model. He protected her in the book by a few slight changes, but the events of the story did happen to this model. For now, I hope I've gotten you as curious about this story as I am. I'll be working on it and probably will read it on the YouTube as I am today. And I'm looking forward to finding a publisher out there that would like to share a World War II sailor's life in the Navy. So, I'm going to read you the poem right now that I found in his writings that he wrote. As everything, I started reading and searching, everything just started unfolding that this was this lady. And this was written, I'm sure, about the same time, because I think it was in some of the same paperwork of the manuscript. I Wonder is what it was called. Shining bright, blonde curly hair, deep green eyes with a distant stare. Skin as fair as any could be. When you gave me your ring, it frightened me. The love I carried deep inside could never be known. Was it pride? You were rich, I dirt poor, culturally on opposite shores. A spark was there, I knew inside, then off to war. My hands were tied. You were lovely as Venus. I dare not fan the spark. Dynamite between us would have blown us out of the park. In the northeast, somewhere in time, was a young lady I would find. Was my destiny. I could feel, perhaps it's why my heart I'd steal. Small glow never died, appears sometimes like a morning tide. Wish sometime you had known that my heart was not of stone. Texas prairie, so hot, so cold, many a love story was never told. Grandpa Ernie. Okay, the next thing I'm going to read to you will be the prelude going into the story. So, hang tight. I'll be back probably within the week or next week to give you that. Thanks.